everybody, Eric Kasloff here. Now, one thing I always try to mention on this channel is that I am a filmmaker and podcaster. My breakout film, if you can call it, was a short called Her Name Was Samantha, which you can watch on Amazon Prime, by the way. And as we speak, I am deep in pre-production on my first ever feature film. It is a slasher movie set in the 80s called Hillsborough Road. Why am I saying all of that? Well, I want people to know that I am a pretty good or competent storyteller, for lack of a better word. And this is the first video in a series that I am calling Pitch That Movie, where basically I'm going to come on here and pitch you a movie I would like to make. So this one is a story me and my two buddies came up with. Larry Sands, who acts in all of my movies. He's on every podcast with me. He's one of my closest friends. Another one of my closest friends is Dylan Tillman, aka Slasher Movie Reviews, one of the best YouTubers in the whole world, and again, one of my best friends. So yeah, we came up with the basic plot for this movie, and I added a lot of the stuff we are about to hear. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so our main character is named Melissa. She is a pure Southern belle with an edge. She loves NASCAR and drinking beer. Her goal in life is to be a nurse, not a doctor, because quite honestly, she knows she's not smart enough to be a doctor, and she could never ever afford medical school. So she's going to community college to become a nurse, and she is the tutor for a very wealthy family's daughter in math. Put a pin in that. So she has a brother named Daryl and his best friend named Kurt. They are independent landscapers. They've got a truck and, landscaping equipment. They don't make a killing, but they've got customers that they keep going back to. Now, Daryl and Melissa have one huge problem in their life. Their mom died when they were very young, so it's just been them and their dad. But tragically, Dad has stage 4 cancer, and they have no health insurance. So the opening scene of our movie is Melissa sitting in the doctor's office. She's got her little wool purse with her. She's playing with it because she's nervous, and the doctor tells her, "Listen, we're doing everything we can for your father, but the cancer's progressed. It's stage 4. He doesn't have very much time, but if we can get him chemotherapy, we could help him. We could put a few more good, healthy years on his life. But you guys don't have health insurance, and our charity care for the hospital has run out. We're going to do everything we can to get him back on it, but I'm sorry, Melissa. We're going to need money. We're going to need," future Eric, put the amount of money right here. So Melissa, heartbroken, she says, I'll see what I can do." She gets out of the doctor's office, gets into her truck, and just breaks down crying. But then she wipes her tears. You know what? I fight things. I'm a fighter. I'm not just going to give in. So she gets it. She starts her beat up truck, drives out of the hospital, then starts driving through this very, very nice neighborhood. She passes all these houses and then gets to this private, secluded area where the nicest house you've ever seen in your life is. This is the family that she tutors the daughter for. The daughter's name is Tony. She's a tomboyish girl. Her family is ridiculously rich. The dad invented this world's version of Uber. The mom is a high-powered lawyer, so they have got lots and lots and lots of money. As Melissa's driving to the house, she notices something weird. All the windows in the house are boarded up. That's weird. Why would this rich family do that? She gets to the front door. Before she could even knock, there's a note on it with her name. She opens the note up and Melissa reads it, and it says, "Hey Melissa, sorry, we've had a very bad family tragedy and we're going to be gone for a few months. We are so sorry to do this to you. You know we think of you as family. Here's your last paycheck, $200. What is she going to do with $200? She crumbles up the letter, throws it on the ground, gets back in her truck, and drives home. Her brother Daryl and Kurt are there. Kurt, by the way, is a very cool black guy. Cool southern black guy. Again, loves NASCAR, drinking beer. This family and Kurt especially, has never had a Confederate flag in his life. Melissa and Daryl, again, they hate racism. They hate the whole stereotype people have about them because they live in a mobile home and, they're lower class white people. Melissa gets home as Kurt and Daryl are there drinking beer. Daryl's like, "What are you doing back so soon? What happened with that family?" Melissa sits down and says, "Listen, I got two things to tell you. One, the family split, man. I don't know where the hell they are. They left a note on their door. All the windows were boarded up, and they paid me a lousy $200. But there's something else going on, Daryl. I talked to the doctor. Dad is really, really bad. The cancer is now stage 4, and we don't know what we're going to do." Daryl says, "Well, we got that charity cure, right? That'll keep us going for a little bit." Melissa tells him, "It's running out. We need this much money." Daryl's all shocked. He has no clue how he's going to do it. Kurt says, "Hey, listen, I could sell my car. That'll give you guys a couple, maybe at least $1,500 to put towards what you need." Daryl and Melissa tell him, "No, thank you for the offer. You're our brother. We love you." Daryl's pacing around, drinking a beer. Then he stops and goes, "You said that family's gone and they don't know when they're going to come back?" Melissa looks at him. "Yeah, what's that got to do with us?" Daryl looks at her and goes, "And they're like super duper rich, right?" Melissa, "Yeah, again, what does this have to do with us?" "You think they took all their belongings out of the house?" Again, I don't know. The windows were boarded up. I couldn't see anything. All right. Did they have anything? You think if they did leave and they left some stuff home, you think they would have left any valuables, like anything that's worth a lot of money? Melissa goes, "Man, I don't know. Well, you know what? The dad has this coin collection he's always talking about. He says it's worth a lot of money." Daryl's like, "He got a lot of them?" "Hell, I don't know. There's too many. I saw them. There's way too many to count." Melissa realizes what her brother's saying and goes, "No, no, we can't do this. It's too risky. If we get caught, we'll get in trouble." Daryl goes, "Well, it's a shot though. We have to help Dad. If we get caught, I'll take the fall for it. I'll make sure you and Kurt get away free. We've got to help Dad." Melissa reluctantly says, "You know what? Hell, what's the worst that could happen?" So they get into Kurt and Daryl's, landscaping truck. They drive through the nice, really nice neighborhood late at night. They're a little weirded out. Two rednecks and a black guy in a beat up old truck driving through a rich neighborhood. Someone's going to say something. Luckily, nobody does. They get to the secluded area where the family is. They park their truck in the woods on this land where no one will notice it. They walk towards the house and they can't quite do it at first because these are good, honest, hardworking people. They've never thought about robbing. They get into the house, they start looking around at stuff. All the lights are out. But here's the weird thing. They flip the switch and the lights come on. The family didn't call the electric company to turn the lights off. And to make things even weirder, all the furniture is still there. Kurt opens the refrigerator. It's still fully stocked. Nothing's expired. He takes out a beer, starts drinking it. They start walking through the home. They've got bags with them, by the way, and they're looking for anything expensive. They notice things like, gold candlesticks. They're not the brightest people in the world. Excuse me. And they're not the best criminals in the world. So they start throwing little things in. They get to one room and they can't find the gold coins. Melissa says, Daryl says to Melissa, where do you think they would keep this stuff? She goes, well, I always see him counting them and polishing them in their rumpus room. Daryl goes, what's a rumpus room? Oh, it's where they got their pool table, games, fun stuff, rumpus. Daryl's like, I have no clue what that word means. So they get to the door of the rumpus room. They slowly open it. And the second they walk in, they see the little girl that Melissa tutors named Tony on the floor, tied up like this. Tony looks at her and goes, Melissa, what are you doing here? Tony says to Melissa, what are you doing here? Melissa's like, oh my God, what's happening to you? Forget what am I doing here? Tony starts telling her, my mom and dad, they've been acting strange. They have someone here. They tied me up. I'm really, really scared. So Tony and the guys, again, they're not criminals. They see a little girl in danger. They know. We've got to save this little girl now. Forget robbing these people. We got to get this little girl safe. They start to untie the ropes that are around her. But as they're doing this, they hear the mom and dad and a third voice. Tony tells them, hide, hide, they're coming. So there's like a closet in the rumpus room. Daryl, Kurt, and Melissa hide in the closet. And they start hearing the mom and dad talking. And they go, she's getting worse, isn't she? The third voice sounds like a much older man says, I'm sorry, but yes, she's getting worse. Are you willing to do anything to save her, to make this right? The mom and dad start crying. They say, yes. Okay, then we have to start. They start making a plan. You hear a bag opening. Just then, Melissa comes running out of the closet and yells, you keep your hands off of her. Then we cut and we see the mom and dad on this side, Tony in the center, and on the left, a fucking priest. Whole thing like in The Exorcist, robe, thing around his neck, Bible, cross. Everybody's freaked out. Melissa's like, what the hell's going on here? The priest looks at her and goes, you fools. Just then, Tony rips the ropes off of her arms, jumps up, her eyes are yellow, her face looks demonic, she's freaking possessed. She takes her hand, slices her mom and dad's throat with her fingers, takes the priest by the throat. Now, she's a 14-year-old girl, keep in mind, should have mentioned that. takes this old priest by the throat, lifts him up, throws him across the room. Kurt and Daryl are out by now. They're freaking out about all of this. Tony takes her hand and with like mind powers holds them against the wall. Then she goes up to Melissa, takes Melissa's cell phone out of her pocket. 911. When the 911 operator answers, Tony's voice is very sweet, innocent, and says, "Please help me. Some people broke into my house. They killed my mom and dad. And the priest from our church was here. They hurt him really bad." The operator says, "Sweetie, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. It's going to take us a while to get there because of where you are. We won't be there for an hour. Do you think you can find a place that's safe?" Tony goes, "Yeah, I think so. We have a safe room." The operator says, "Do you want me to stay on the phone with you?" Tony goes, "No, I think they'll hear me." While this is going on, Melissa is freaked out. Kurt and Daryl, they're pinned against the wall by evil power. They don't know what to do. Then Tony hangs up the phone. Still demonic, scary look on her face. She goes like that. Kurt and Daryl fall off the wall. They're free now. She looks at them, complete, again, demonic look. Looks at them and says, "Well, looks like we got an hour to play. Run." Boom! Without knowing it, these unwilling criminals walked into an exorcism, destroyed what was going on, and are now trapped in the house with a demonically possessed little girl, and the cops won't be there for an hour. And what the hell are they going to do? Are they going to call the cops and go, "Hey, listen, we broke into this house." Funny story. We broke into this house, and what you know it, there was an exorcism going on, and we broke it up. Now the demonically possessed little girl is coming after us, and we are terrified. So they are trapped in this house in the middle of nowhere and cannot get any help. And that, my friends, is the very first pitch for Pitch That Movie. I really like the story. In fact, I will start writing it. Will I direct it? Maybe not. I would really just like to sell it. It feels to me like how I want it to go is a Sam Raimi Ghost Pictures or Ghost House, whatever his production company's called. That's the feel and over the top nature I want the movie to have. It has to be like Evil Dead 2, funny and gory at times, but then also the pure terror of the Evil Dead remake. So yeah, if for some reason you like this video and my incoherent rambling, I'm going to ask you to do me two favors. Number one, hit that subscribe button, and if you're feeling especially kind, hit the like button. Thank you so much.